Hello. I'm going to be playing my first Deus Ex game. That should be good. We'll move it once we get into game. We'll move it if we get into game. Because we might have problems playing this game. I tried to play it yesterday and it didn't work at all. I reinstalled, I tried to patch, didn't do anything. All of a sudden today it works. No idea why. So this is the Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut, which is a little bit of a weird game because it's the main story. I think it has just a couple revisions. Most important revision that it did is included the Missing Link DLC in its proper place in the main story. Because I'm pretty sure when you first played it, you had to play the campaign, beat the campaign, and then you played Missing Link, and they were like, "Oh, it takes place at this point, believe us." So this one I think is just all together. There's a few lighting changes. I think they turned off the piss filter. I'm kind of a fan of the piss filter, but I understand why they didn't want to port it forward. I think it didn't really look too good most of the time. Some scenes it looked really good, really good. I have a mod, not a mod. I have a save file that I got off the internet with everything unlocked, and I'm gonna do a New Game Plus run with that. I didn't want to do a regular, just fresh playthrough. I've played this game like 3 or 4 times all the way through. Lethal, non-lethal, all that stuff. And honestly, I think it's kind of funner just to have all the toys and play with it as we see fit. So let's try it. Cross your fingers. Hopefully this works. Oh, actually. Extras. Commentary on. Okay, good. Give me a challenge. Now, usually the game will crash right here. I'm going to turn this game up too, since it has developer commentary.
Hi, welcome to the Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut commentary. Here is Jean-François Dugas, the game director on the game, and I'm with
Mary DeMarle, I am the lead writer on the game.
And I'm Jonathan Jacques Billetet, and I'm the art director.
And I'm Steve Shipkowski, I'm the audio director.
and we'll have probably some guests with us today.
What do you mean, almost?
With the first cutscene, well, when we started this project, we were kind of like, it was important to us to have links to the X1, but we wanted it to be subtle. We didn't want it to be totally in your face, even though the first character you see is Bob Page.
But you're not supposed to know that.
We wanted it to be subtle, so the first thing we did was to do just that.
But what is strange, even with the die-hard fans, when they saw it for the first time, most of them didn't recognize him, even though we tracked back the real actor.
Yeah, we went out of our way to find the real actor. We thought it was important to keep the continuity and to use him, and we thought the hardcore fans would really like it. And I think the plan was to keep the guy really in the shadows.
Yeah.
And I remember I was with Dominique Demers, the lighting guy. I was darker, put it darker, and it was all constantly a debate at how much of his face we should see or not. And that was fun.
More challenging than anticipated. Fortunately, thanks to David, I now know where to look.
Interesting. Now,
Yeah, so now
they're talking
it's,
again?
The cutscene where we're introducing Adam Jensen. Actually, this TV news is probably the only TV news that has some animated 3D in it, which was the original plan with those TV news. But as we figured out the scope of what we had to produce, and we had so much to do. And with all the other cutscenes and stuff, we quickly realized that we wouldn't be able to.
We wanted them all to be 3D.
I know that when I was writing it, I wanted it to be like, first you wouldn't even know you were watching the news. You were actually seeing like the stuff going on at the Capitol building, and then slowly you realize, oh, it's news. But what we kind of envision doesn't always work.
Good night. Yeah.
And then with Megan and her necklace, that was another very important part for us, because from a story perspective, we wanted to establish something that was a part of her, something that made her human, and that would have on this relevance, because eventually we had all these plans that like you might find it in the FEMA facility where she'd been taken and stuff. So it was a very important thing, but I think that we didn't necessarily communicate that.
No,
right away.
this is one of the few little times that me and you didn't talk or something about it, because usually things went pretty well in terms of what you wanted and what I wanted. But yeah, so at one point it was like, we had her design down and everything. Megan was pretty much finished in terms of what she would look like. And I think it was either you or JF, he came up and was like, where's her necklace? I'm like, what necklace? You're supposed to have a pearl necklace. I'm like, really? And I'm like, the whole thing's done. She has this big collar and she's all zipped up. And I'm like, where am I going to put it? It's like, well, just put it over her clothes. I'm like, you don't put a necklace over her clothes. But we ended up doing it, which I think looks... I personally think it looks tacky, but it's fine. I mean, it works. It works in the sense that it did the purpose that it had to do.
That is very interesting commentary. I didn't realize this was going to be like just the crew in a room. Seems pretty good that they're doing that. And then immediately they're talking about problems with the game, which, yeah. Oh, F to play.
So now we're in Megan's room.
Yeah, this is Megan's office. Obviously, pretty much the first in-game part of the entire game. This was a pretty important room for us, because since the clutter is really important in the game, we wanted to make sure that it was there straight from the get-go. So this is one of the really, really good rooms in the entire game, where it's extremely cluttered. That pillar of the art direction was quite well executed.
And the Cyber Renaissance is, you can already feel
it. You can really start feeling it and all that.
It's not the biggest one.
It's not, for Cyber Renaissance, it's not the biggest one, but definitely for the clutter, it's one of the good ones. Now, I have no idea why everybody's so messy in this game, though, and that nobody cleans or puts their stuff in order, but doesn't really matter anyway.
When the end of the world is coming, you
That's
have
true.
Other priorities.
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
Like living your life.
Like living your life and leaving pieces of paper everywhere and stuff like that. They probably don't even know what paper is anymore anyway, because they're in their phones and stuff. That's why the paper is all over around. They're like, we don't know what that is.
Now if we look at Megan, like, her idle stance is quite awesome.
No,
like,
she's
a
I've
sexy
always
kitten.
Hated that. I've
a
always
sexy
hated
kitten
that
who wants
when
to
you
go to the
turn and
bathroom.
Exactly, and I've always hated that. And quite frankly, when I play the game, I like to explore and find the different items, even though I know where everything is. So I purposely don't look at her the entire time.
Yeah, I think it's almost borderline sexist, really, just the way she's standing there.
I think it's out of character.
It's out of character, but it's also
it's
like,
totally
it's a woman
character.
waiting for a man, and she's like, like, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes we know it, but we realize it too late.
Yeah, exactly.
And in this room too, we, like Mary alluded to, we had several pieces of information that actually were kind of selling in advance a little bit the conspiracy and the story twist and everything. And actually, that was a huge debate among the team, among the people in the team, whether we should hide those.
How obvious should
items.
they be?
Yeah, do they be obvious or not?
Yeah.
Should it be like? And in fact, I think the achievement you get for getting all of them is old school gamer or something like that. Because we
Really?
I
didn't even know
we were
that
thinking
achievement.
that
It's the
we were
point and
thinking
click
that
kind
it's
of,
like the point and click mentality, because it's really
It's the-
something that's up to you to decide.
It's the
and
King
find.
Quest achievement.
Yeah, but for me, it was really important that we hide them. But some thought it was maybe too hardcore, and we went into when you get close, you have now the icon that you can press, so now you get the information about
you need that.
So I think it was kind of a fair ground. Yeah,
I agree.
So internally, we've always referred to this section of the game as the walk and talk. And it actually wasn't the original opening for the game. We had a completely different idea for the opening to be more of a training mission where you're infiltrating your own company as part of a security test. But there was a lot of discussions among the team, and a lot of people didn't think we could pull that one off, and ultimately we ended up kind of taking a new direction on it and working in this kind of vein.
It became the walk and talk, and actually was a nice way to have a good show don't tell moment, establishing the world and the characters.
And exactly, and at first I was, because I really liked the original idea, so I wasn't really keen for the direction, but then as I started working on the script, I really did kind of start to like how it shows off the world. But I remember the first draft of the script, I think it was Joe who pointed out that we were putting a lot of technobabble in there, and it sounded like much more Star
like
Trek.
It sounded like it was like a big spaceship that they were running, you know.
So we had to kind of go through extra passes to fix that and to lengthen it.
Here to the right, it's cool. Like we have one of our artists he wanted to have an homage to the $6 Million Man, which was really cool and showing off that we're not that young.
That girl is such a bitch there, man, stuff she said.
Well, we had to establish all their characters right off the bat as fast as we could.
And it was another nice addition about having the VersaLife logo. And
Yes, and the arm. I remember a lot of discussions about this arm because it plays a very important part later in the game, and we really needed to showcase it. And
that's why he has one sleeve and on the other side doesn't have anything.
And I remember also with the artist thinking about what the arm should look like because it needed to be recognizable for when Tongue would have it, but at the same time we didn't want it to be like, I don't know, just like purple or something, you know what I mean? It needed a subtlety and at the same time something that you would remember.
That's true. And that scene, like with the Claymore explosion, it's really cool, but it took so long before it worked. Like the dolls were always staying in the air or not moving or just falling on the ground. It takes time.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, they're going to get in the elevator now. And there was, I think, a lot of technical issues, first of all, with the elevator. But one of the things that we also wanted to do was we wanted to kind of focus. As they get into the elevator, you'll see suddenly we get the camera shot. And we kind of wanted to have this theme running through the game that this is Eliza who is controlling the cameras and watching Jensen all the way from the start.
Spying
on you. So here, this was a good moment. And my one regret was it was such a great idea, and I think the cinematic director brought it up, but then just unfortunately never carried it through with many of the rest of it.
It was a very good idea that
we ended up not really carrying through. Or, you know, we got so
when
much
you've got
to
a
do.
project this big,
Now they talk about the dog, right? The famous
Oh, that's
dog,
right, the dog. The dog was Adam's dog, yes. That was something when we were working on one of our earliest demos of the game, and we had to fill the world. One of the script writers said we should have this email about Adam's dog, and it should be dead. And I was, you know, at first my reaction to that was, oh, that's terrible, but as long as it's not a cat, it's okay. And
dogs are fine.
And
they
then we
die.
were able to take that and carry it through much more.
Now we get one of our favorite characters.
Yeah,
Yes.
And this here, like, what is really cool is that just like a real guy, he just looked very, not too subtly, to Megan's ass. And like
Quick glance at her butt.
Exactly. And I think it adds authenticity to
the fact that he also did it in front of her ex-boyfriend.
It
and
definitely
everything.
tells you a lot about the character right off the top. Like he hasn't even spoken a word yet, and just that action speaks volumes as to his relationship with Adam.
Yeah.
It's Andreas.
Andreas Asperges.
Asperges did, and actually it was quite fun because I think from a writing perspective, we really wanted Pritchard to be this dick. And Andreas was so good, he'd come in and he would do this, and after every take he would finish it and go, God, I hate that guy.
And now we hear the
UNATCO theme.
The UNATCO
Yeah,
theme.
I really thought when I heard what Mike had done, there was a chance right there to kind of bring a little homage to the UNATCO theme, and we felt like this was sort of our new UNATCO, and we wanted to just give a little nod to it, and I found it was a great way to showcase into the beautiful room that John and his team designed here.
And it worked really well because we just past that point now, but when we first walk into the corridor that leads into David's office, is really one of my favorite parts of the game. Just the way
I'm chilling out, listening to the commentary.
And this is one of my favorite rooms in the game as well. And just everything just culminates together, and it's just like
it's very emotional.
It's so emotional.
It's really strong.
Yeah. I think for the story, but also for what we try to put together as a team, it's all there, and I think it's very emotional for us as well, just as a in relation to the project, you know.
Right, absolutely.
Environmental malfunction. Laboratory subsection 6. All lab chiefs, please report in.
We better not take any chances. Not tonight. Use my elevator to get down there. You know the code?
Yeah, 0451.
Let me know what you find. Athena, get someone to shut off the damn racket.
Yes, sir.
I love this game. I really do.
Pritchard.
This was the first
Where's
Deus
Mitch?
Ex that I ever
Yet?
played.
Her GPL implant shows her moving through the microchem labs. I think she's running.
Damn. Must have been a serious equipment failure. Can you get eyes on her?
I'm trying, but the intellicams aren't responding. There's interference coming from somewhere. Find out what's happening, Jensen. Hurry!
Pritchard? Pritchard!
Wait, did I miss a commentary? I fucking missed a commentary. Son of a bitch. Holy frame rate.
Pritchard. Where's Megan? She report in yet?
Her GPL implant shows her moving through the microchem labs. I think she's running.
Damn. Must have been a serious equipment failure. Can you get eyes on her?
I'm trying, but the intellicams aren't responding. There's interference coming from somewhere. Find out what's happening, Jensen. Hurry!
Pritchard? Pritchard!
No, it just doesn't play. What? Yeah, I made the save. No, not the autosave. Interesting. Okay, maybe I have to watch the tutorial. Skip tutorial. Okay.
So this
There we
section
go.
where the attack takes place, originally what we had wanted to have was that you would actually go back through the area that you saw through the walk and talk, and kind of do that kind of whole Half-Life thing where you take the descent down and then you fight your way back through everything you saw earlier. But apparently remind me again, JF, I think the original walk and talk was not designed.
No,
the level.
The layout was
The
built
level
in such
design,
a way
yeah.
that it was just made to be controlled, not to have a player have total freedom.
I mean, we would have had to change it a lot to make it
To make it
gameplay
work,
kind of
yeah,
acceptable,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
we wouldn't have recognized it as the walk and talk.
Because even there are some places we didn't put collisions or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in that sense, then we had to kind of refigure a bit of the story in terms of. Actually, it came in better for us because then when you come later into Seraph Industries and you see the signs, you see parts that are under construction, and it's because it's where Megan went to in the elevator ride. So it ended up working out pretty good for us.
True.
Nice. Crouch. C? Yes. B to crouch. Little dated, but okay. And it didn't. Oh, go back.
So here we're just right before the scripted event with Barrett, where he kills the scientist. What's funny is that originally in the map layout, as you were walking down this corridor, there was a window in front of you with fire and smoke. And what's funny, it's when you were getting there, it was triggering the scripted event. But players were attracted to the window to look outside, and they were totally missing the scene with Barrett and everything. And at some point, I asked the artist to remove and just put I would say a blend wall to make sure that players are attracted in the direction of Barrett. And after that change, like in the playtest and everything, it was working super fine.
Damn artist.
Classic vent gameplay. I love my vents. You could tell how good a game is based on the vents. True, yeah. Absolutely right.
So here in this room, we see for the first time the two Black Ops killing a scientist that he falls off the guards and everything, and that has been a crazy ride just to get this thing working. We were on the verge of cutting it because it was really hard to have those scripted events working with the environment and with the physics and everything. It has been a nightmare, and I fought until the last minute to make sure that we get this in, and finally it worked.
It worked really well.
It was.
I don't think most people realize, most gamers, how hard it is just to put things like this. I mean, depending on the engine that's being used, but how hard it can be to have those scripted events going. It's just one guy being pushed over, railings, but it's
especially when you don't have the
nightmare.
tools,
and if you don't have the tools.
And on the audio side, we worked really hard. Like for me, it was a huge thing to try and really sense the show don't tell of the terrorist attack happening. So like as you're walking and you're coming across dead bodies and that, I thought it would be cool if we could hear the sort of the violence and the killings and all that before you see it, and then when you'd come around the corner you'd see the bodies laying there, and it would kind of put it in context. It didn't come out as hot and sexy as I hoped and wanted, but it came out really cool. And again, there was certain limitations we had to deal with that was behind it, but the team came together and pulled out something that was really close to what we wanted.
Sibskowski.
Yeah, so here we're just before the corner where Fedorova is introduced, and she kills some guards. That was a lot of work and everything, but that sequence came quite late during the development, and we realized too late that it wasn't working because we foreshadow it with the two guards being killed at the other end of the corridor, and we thought players would be attracted and see what's lurking beyond the corner. But actually what happened is that most players were scared, and they were just taking cover and waiting. Yeah,
because they just saw people like getting gunned down and everything. So obviously your first reflex, is just to kind of hide or whatever.
And then when they were getting on the corner, when they realized nothing was happening, the door was already open. The scientist on the other side of the door was already killed. So like it was and most players it was like that, and we were like, oh no.
And they never got to see Fedorova, and it was so important to try and set her up. And I remember that first animation that they had.
Yeah, it was very. a little outside of what we wanted, I think, Fedorova to be, because she, it's a bit of a clumsy sort of scene how it came together, and she sort of dematerializes and then materializes on the other side of the door, and we even thought, like, to try and help that, we put in the sound. If you listen, you can hear like almost the footsteps in the vent of like her traveling to the other side. But then she'd kill the scientists and she'd look at the players and do this kind of almost like Betty Boop sort of like blowing you a kiss. And we're sort of like, it's not really working
and I
for
think
us.
everybody was kind of like, that's not this killer, this silent killer. No. That's certainly not what she's like.
But in the end, it came out pretty well when you have the opportunity to see it, right?
Yeah, but they changed the animation.
We changed it. That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But we had to see it for a long time. It really bothered people.
I gave up at one point. I thought, this is it. This is what's going to stay.
And I think every single one of us went to the animation team and said, you have to change it. You have to change it.
But now she just hops over the fence now, right? That's
absolutely. And the other problem we had was with the visuals, because she was jumping through the roof air vent, but the hole was so small, like, how can you fit in that? It makes no sense.
It needs to be at least
three times bigger.
Twice as big. What is this, an air vent for ants? But it sounds, did we make it bigger in the end?
Yes.
Yeah, we made it a bit bigger.
A tiny bit.
Tiny bit, for more ants.
Tiny bit bigger for more ants. I don't know, I like listening to the dev team and hearing how they have gripes about it. Yeah, an air vent for ants. Yeah, I'm glad this isn't a perfect game. I'm really happy. And I'm happy that the devs know that this is a flawed game. And you know, like, yeah, you can work on something for a long time and have a vision for it and want it to be good. But it just doesn't always work out. And that's why I love the commentary of this game. It's like, yeah, that's true.
So the goal of this cutscene was really to surprise the player and get him. And I've always hated that shot of Megan because it makes it look like, what the heck is she doing while this terrorist attack is going on? It's supposed to be, is she a part of it? Whatever. She should have been cowering in fear. But for the most part, I think this cutscene did a pretty good job of conveying the horror of what happens to Adam in this scene.
Yeah. I remember feeling bad for him.
Yeah. It's almost gruesome.
And you can really understand all those augmentations.
That I really hated. I really don't like the green acid. It's like so like Saturday morning cartoons. Like, look, it's all green.
Like Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And here Namir is going to come to us, and originally it was supposed to be in gameplay, and actually we had
move the camera and everything.
Yeah, we had a working prototype, but hey. So yeah, with the opening credits, actually it seems like people really liked it. Our original inspiration was to kind of the James Bond movies, the $6 Million Men, trying to showcase this augmented character and everything, but we wanted it to be really stylish, really like a James Bond movie. Sometimes they go beyond, they go in the abstract.
It's very stylized.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's actually more stylized than what we did. But no, it works really, really well. I think Steve A, the sound, the track that's on it is just completely insane. By the way, that's a pig. Sorry, I cut you. But when we see the thing cutting the flesh, it's actually a real piece of pig that was bought.
When I saw the visuals, I mean, I was really impressed. It looked really cool, and I thought it was going to be really important to sort of nail it with the right music tone, because I think something that wouldn't have worked as well might have undersold the power of the scene, but it was really powerful. When I put the music to it with the visuals, I was just kind of like, yeah, this couldn't work any better. Mike McCann, the composer, just really hit this one out of the park, and the reaction we got when people saw it and heard it, they loved it right away. Even I think Goldtooth, the people who produced the
who actually put it together,
they came back right away saying the music track is just selling this whole thing. It's like bringing it all together.
It really was. And I remember the dialogue in this is so funny because the dialogue is so short and so simple, but you needed it to convey basically some of the hinting of what's going on with Sarah forcing the augmentations, but also we wanted it to sound like a real like surgery and the kind of thing. So I remember giving it to one of the writers on staff and saying, could you kind of write these opening lines and stuff, and he was going on and researching all about operations and CCT scans and all these things, and in the end those little details are so important just to make it and pop it. Even if you can't hear it, it works.
So yeah, Jensen's coming back from the dead, and now is going to come. Well, we see now that Eliza is still watching him, and now we'll see him close his shades for the first time. Now he's closing on himself.
And he's closing. Exactly. That was the idea, right? That he's kind of like now he doesn't really like what's happened to him, and he's a bit kind of
self-conscious.
He's self-conscious and making a little shield around him from the world.
The eyes are the windows to the soul, but
the eyes
they cover them up.
Yeah, he protects himself.
Ooh, very Matrix.
Adam, it's David. You in the building?
Just entered the lobby.
Sorry to pull you out of sick leave so soon, but we've got a situation. A break-in at our Milwaukee Junction factory. Meet me at the helipad.
I have to see Pritchard first. Something's wrong with my retinal enhancement.
Frank's on the second floor in the tech lab. Make it quick. People's lives are at stake.
Why is David keeping the SWAT team from going in right away?
What's interesting is in the Matrix, same thing. They open up characters when they're vulnerable, take off their glasses. In the Matrix.
About time. What happened? You get stuck in an air duct on the way over?
Yeah, nice to see you too, Francis. Something's wrong with my retinal display. Can you fix it?
If it's what I think it is, probably. Of course, it might seem. Oh, looks like your left and right imaging processors weren't completely in sync. But don't worry, your Sentinel health implant will kick in soon, repairing any damage that might have caused. Your retinal display should be fine now. Its recognition software won't be picking up hostiles yet, but you should be seeing radar and targeting reticules. Biomedical data too, if you're in pain.
Right. We done here? Because Sarah is waiting for me at the helipad.
I know. Radicals have broken into our manufacturing plant and taken hostages. Maybe this time you'll actually save people.
Was that like a Joker line? Ignore.
Lucky for you, I'm gonna ignore that comment. We're done here.
I always like getting things done as an objective. Oh. Oh, did I miss it? Did I fucking miss it? Oh my god. These are like QuickTime events. These are brutal. Why can't they just make it like an interactable?
So with this
there
one,
we go.
The Final Fantasy poster, it was quite an adventure.
Yeah, that's one of the concept artists who had this idea, and he
Wait,
just,
what the fuck?
He's like, it was not too long after we were bought by Square Enix, so he had
Final Fantasy 27.
Do this little poster, and it's Final Fantasy 27, obviously, because the game takes place in 2027, and he just put it like this for the fun of it, and it became something really, really big because we wanted to keep it. But, the way Square Enix works, they're very serious about the license and whatnot. So he actually went up all the way to Wada-san to be approved
and ask him
to leave there, and he actually had to show it.
Adam, how close are you to the helipad?
Cut to
Almost there.
Good. Because SWAT's about to turn this into a PR nightmare. Meet me in the chopper. I'll brief you as we go.
I'm moving through because I know you'll actually fail here if you don't move fast enough.
So here's the VTOL, or the VTOL, Adam's chopper, or Farida's chopper. This is definitely one of the pieces of hardware that I really, really prefer in the game. I mean, one of my favorite ones. I think it's a perfect mix of really, really almost hardcore sci-fi design, yet with a lot of credibility to it, where you can easily imagine this is where things would go, you know, in 20 or 30 years from now. I just really love it. I've always wanted to make a little, you know, model of it, you know, kind of like a scratch build with buying.
It looks really good.
It looks really good. Just buying pieces of
Back,
model
Jensen.
kits from airplanes
Didn't
and
think
stuff
we'd
like
see
that.
you
And
around
just
here
like
for
from
a
the
while
pieces
yet.
actually build
You know how it goes,
build
Billy.
that, and yeah, it has a lot of character.
Don't I know it?
And
I was in my wingsuit
it.
halfway to the
Yeah,
top of the Amazon Center when I
and
got
speaking
the
of
911.
character, since the
You.
VTOL is also
6
very much
months is a hell of a
associated
short
with
time to come
Farida.
back from the dead.
Farida Malik.
You sure you're ready for
Farida was
this?
actually a character who was not originally thought to be a very important character in the game. I think it took a long time
Roger
before
that.
we actually gave
The
her
boss is
name. In
already
fact,
on
at first
board,
we were calling
arguing
her
with the
Farina,
DPD's tactical
but then
response
everyone
team.
here was
They've
saying,
got the
Mary,
plant
that
surrounded,
means
but Mr.
wheat
Seraph
in
wants you to go in
French.
first.
Flour.
And it's flour. It's
Flour.
flour
It's
in
fat
French.
hen.
It can't be
Fat
that
hen.
and everything. So,
everyone.
but she really wasn't intended to be this big character at all in the game. And then as we continued developing the game and writing the scripts and starting to add more player choice into dialogues, she ended up becoming, and it makes sense when you think about it, because she's one of your constant companions. So she ended up coming within the development process itself, developing into a very, very big character. And I think our original backstory for her was she was supposed to be of Muslim descent, and we originally wanted to have her use Arabic language and swear words and everything.
We
but,
tried it.
But then when we ended up casting the actress as 100% American.
Well, because here's the thing, what I remember is, and you had a strong affection for the character because it was based on a character in Battlestar Galactica. I think that, you were saying as a
Starbuck.
reference.
A little bit.
It was
like
Starbuck.
As a
Starbuck,
reference.
Yeah, as a reference, yeah.
So we had that, but then she's got to be Arabic. So we had found the actress and we loved what she brought, and she had that sort of tough, kind of tomboyish sort of way about her, and we really loved everything about it. But every time we would have dialogue where she'd have to swear in Arabic to kind of give her that, you know, where she comes from, it just always sounded really forced. It just never worked. Like she would nail the pronunciation, but it's just, you know, it's not natural.
We pretty much figured the first time that she did it, that was like, okay, we're dropping all that right now,
So
and we're just going with the American.
Yeah, Mary quickly adapted it. We kept the character. We kept her origins. We just removed the swearing from the Arabic language and kept her North American, and it worked well.
Yeah.
Also, another thing, the thing on her face above her lip, like actually in the game, it looks like a beauty mark, but it's supposed to be a monroe piercing, and it just didn't really come out all that well in the game. So everybody, like, there's a lot of fan art about Farida, and they put a beauty mark, but it's supposed to be a little piercing. Really.
No, you know the truth.
No, you know the truth. Say that again?
I always thought it was a piercing.
Cool. So we were too, thinking it was a piercing.
Great. Then let's get airborne.
So yeah, the cutscenes are pre-rendered, but originally we were planning them out to be totally in-game and everything. And as we were progressing and realizing what it would demand and the tools and everything that we didn't have set up properly and everything, we kind of realized that we would never ship the game like that. So we had to rely on the pre-rendered cutscenes.
I always thought it was a beauty mark. I never realized it was a.
funny little thing here.
It was a piercing.
If you notice, when Jensen comes into the VTOL in the cutscene, he's wearing his jacket, and then when we start inside the plane, he's not wearing the jacket. It's kind of a big problem where between cinematics and in-game, they were saying, you know, something fell through the cracks. So for audio to try and help that out at the end of the cutscene, you actually kind of hear a cloth rustle, and it's supposed to be Jensen taking his coat off and throwing his coat on the floor to try and help sort of bridge the gap that, you know, it was too late. We couldn't fix the cutscene, and we couldn't put the coat on him here. It didn't make sense, so that's kind of how we dealt with that.
And this is a pretty major scene with David Surf. It's really the first time you ever get to meet him in person. And I remember the casting for David Surf. We went through a lot of different ideas about what kind of person this should be. Should he be really corporate? Should he be this? And I remember we had a couple contenders, and when Steve Shellen came in, and the way he played it, it wasn't exactly what I was picturing in my head, but I remember going, wait a second. It's like, it does kind of, it totally works, because we wanted a very charismatic guy who's a very friendly guy, but we wanted a corporate CEO kind of guy. And I remember walking out of that casting session going, oh my goodness, what is going to happen? And I think the decision, we did it early enough in the process that the decision to cast him totally affected how we wrote that character from that point on.
The closer the better, I think. That way I'll be sure they stay down.
You got it. The Typhoon should be in the factoring labs, but Pritchard will tell you more as you go in. I've got him running comms.
Terrific. Anything else?
Keep your eyes open for hostages. Free them if you can, but the Typhoon is your #1 priority. We developed it for the Alphabet agencies, and if we don't deliver it to them intact and still a secret, well, I'm sure you'll get the job done right.
Gentlemen, prepare for landing.
Man, the music is really good. Holy shit. Holy shit, it's so good. So now that we're in game, we can actually look at our stuff. And yeah, we have the full inventory. We have every single augment in the game. And I don't think this save has like infinite money, but it has a lot of money. 2,500. Oh, maybe not as much as I thought. But yeah, just to be able to play with everything.
So this is pretty funny. You guys have probably noticed already, or will notice. There's paint buckets lying around the entire game, and they're all kind of empty.
All over the place.
All over the place. Yeah, and they're all empty yellow or gold paint, if you want. And the joke behind that is because there's so much yellow, gold, and orange in the game.
Black and gold.
With the black and gold, obviously the 50% of the black and gold. Is the joke is that it's actually people in the world who actually, took up paint buckets of yellow paints and painted the world that way. So it just became a little inside joke, and we started putting these buckets all over the place.
So now you know how the black and gold was made in the
first place. It is not from us. It is from very, very advanced AI that started painting the game to their liking. Really.
So as you continue playing the game, keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out.
How many there are.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Tell me you're the guy we've been twiddling our thumbs waiting for.
SI Security. Name's Jensen.
Jensen. Yeah, I thought I recognized you. Used to be on Team 2 till that Mexican town thing went down. I gotta say, you're the last person I pictured taking orders from a CEO.
Things change.
Not always for the better. Feel like getting in there and doing whatever it is your boss wants you to do? Because maybe then we can do our job.
We've got people inside. Any idea where I should look for them?
Yeah. Your plant manager, Josie Thorpe, managed to slip a call out before someone snatched her cell. She said the hostages are being held in an office near the assembly labs.
Makes sense. The workers were setting up for a production run, so they'd have been concentrated there.
You know more about that than I would. Anything else?
Intel on these purists. How much you got?
How much you want?
How many am I looking at down there?
Hard to say. We've spotted 3 in the courtyard, maybe half a dozen inside. But that's a sketchy estimate at best, since we seem to be getting a loop playback off your telecams.
That shouldn't be possible. I told Seraph to make sure Pritchard overhauled the system.
Well, someone inside must be tech savvy, because all we're seeing is a loop. For all we know, there could be 5, 10, or 3 dozen perps in there.
They communicate any demands yet?
Not yet, but I get the feeling they're not that organized. Most of the guys I've seen look like street bangers and thugs. The kind who get their jollies trashing equipment. You ask me, it's the man in charge you have to worry about.
The leader's name is Sanders, right? What's his story?
Zeke Sanders. We're running background on him now. Looks like he fought 2 tours in the Gulf. One of them on a recycled military bill.
You mean he's augmented? Seraph told me he's not.
He used to be augmented. Says his Augs made him do evil shit, so he ripped him out. Now he's got a whole crew of gullible street kids listening to his crap and ready to die for him. Or kill.
I think I've heard enough.
You sure? Wouldn't want to make your boss unhappy.
I got it from here. Sit tight. Wait for Seraph's signal.
Like we got a choice.
I do love the dialogue in this game. Whoa.
So this is a manufacturing plant. It's the first mission that Adam Jensen goes through after getting fully augmented.
Yeah, once he's RoboCop.
Jensen, it's me.
Oh,
Pritchard.
no, don't give me
Where are
that.
you?
On a roof overlooking the plant.
Good. Your point of entry should be through shipping and receiving.
Should be, Francis. What the hell does that mean?
We have an employee entrance there, heavily guarded by purists, no doubt. So, if you're not a fan of the frontal assault, I suppose you could try accessing the building's roof.
So this is a manufacturing plant. It's the first mission that Adam Jensen goes through after getting fully augmented.
Make sure we save here. I'm pretty sure there's an augment here for this.
Once he's RoboCop.
When he's RoboCop now, he's ready to use his new tools. The thing is that the first final version of the map that we got, actually, to just put people in the context, it was supposed to be those terrorists taking over this facility.
Purity First guys.
Purity First guys trying to find evidences that Seraph Industries was going through unethical work and stuff.
Imagine it's like it's as if Greenpeace takes over like a whaling ship or something like that, or
But the first kind of semi-final version of the map, we started it and you wouldn't see anything. Everything was pretty. Yeah. Everything was super clean. Nothing going on.
And not only that, it was clean in terms of like you didn't get the feeling that there was no siege, but also the indications that it was besieged by Purity First also was not there.
There was nothing.
There was nothing at all.
And it was just the story telling you this is happening. But as you were walking in the game, you didn't feel it. So we had to go through several iterations.
And point out that we need things here, guys, like graffiti and break-in signs and all that.
And the banners. And I know you've always thought that the banners look way too like professionally done for an organization like Purity First.
For a terrorist organization, how they got the money for silk screening of huge banners was always curious.
Well, I've done silk screening at home myself, so I guess you would need a really big silk screen to make those banners, though. But yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
They have banners? Oh, there it is. I never even noticed that. I'll probably just do this up until the end of this level. And then we'll switch games. Because I don't think I could listen to this all day.
Next time we discuss security loopholes.
Oh, goody. I'll be sure to take notes. The Typhoon is in the factoring labs. There's an elevator just past the assembly labs that will take you to it.
Got it.
Now, you know, I've never actually played the first Deus Ex. I always thought I'd get around to it, but then I realized, like, oh, it's maybe just a little too old for my liking.
Some fucking gunshots!
Yeah, same for you? Yeah, it's kind of like, I know it's clunky, and I know it's good, and I've seen gameplay of it, and I know the story, but I just don't think, I'd like it. I like how he turns around the second I, yep. There you go. Maybe I'll get around to it one day, but I really don't see too much of an interest in it. Okay, through that section, now here.
Anybody seen D-Rag?
Probably smoking a cigarette. Why?
He
Cigarette.
shouldn't be wandering off like that. Zeke wants us all on full alert.
What for? The popos ain't coming in here. Not while we's holding all the cards.
No shit. You see Zeke when that hands over sneaked us? Never seen no one twitch that fast. He's got...
Can't you hit me?
Ah, wrong button. Q. Why is melee on Q, of all things? Originally, I played this on PlayStation 3, and I think the controls are a lot better there, but man, Q.
Anybody seen D-Rag?
There we go. Ta-da. Make sure we save after that.
Jensen, I just tried to unlock the assembly lab door, but my override codes aren't working. Someone's changed the protocols.
What? Didn't you plug the...
I'm on it. But until I find this particular breach and fix it, you'll have to hack the door manually. Pritchard out.
Okay, hacking tutorial. I remember this was also better on console, just because you had a stick to play with. So this doesn't actually... If you capture this, you win. Also, if you capture all the greens, you win.
Access granted.
There we go.
So this is a very interesting room. This is a room that that's very dear to me. It's one of the, you know, early stuff that we designed for the game. This goes back to probably fall.
2008. Yeah.
No, this is like fall 2007, I think.
Are you sure? Oh,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it ended up being produced in 2008 for the game,
Yeah.
but I think if it's 2008, it's very early, like right after Christmas or something, right? And so we weren't really sure where we're going with the game at that point, or the locations, and all that kind of stuff. But we knew we had to do the tech demo, right? And this is what we did. And this room, obviously, and the concept art, the idea was it was a tech lab. It was a biotech lab. It's Thierry Doison, of his artist name, Baron Thierry, who did it. Superb concept art. And the idea on Deus Ex is that we wanted to make sure that the visual style was very consistent throughout the entire game, right?
Yeah.
It was really homogeneous. And a good way to do this is you make sure that the style that's on the concept art is the style that you want in the game, that there's no like dual standard, you know what I mean? And then what the production artists see on the concept art, they need to reproduce it. I wouldn't say as is, but they need to make sure that the style is the same.
It needs to stay faithful.
It needs to stay very faithful, you know. And what was interesting is that when that room was first designed, sometimes we'd see, an artist working at his desk, and we'd see what we thought or what we think was a wallpaper of the concept art, on his computer, and then suddenly that wallpaper would start moving.
It was actually
and
the 3D.
It was actually the 3D room. We're like, holy shit, this looks 100% like the concept art. Almost it was one of my first time in all of my in my entire career where I really saw this almost 1:1 ratio between concept art.
It was impressive.
It was very impressive.
And actually, it's the first part, the first press tour ever we did with journalists. That's the tech demo we showed.
That's the first thing we ever shown to the journalists, and they asked us, what the hell is this engine, like, because there was so much of a flavor.
There was a flavor,
we definitely didn't have the best of engines to do this game. I mean, it's a well-known fact, but because of that style that we put in it, a lot of people were really
made it very attractive
and special. Anyway, and we ended up. This is one of the few very, very early things that we kept and that we recycled, if you want, in the final game. And this is the room that we have here.
Countdown terminated. Have a nice day.
Pritchard, get word to Seraph. I found the hostages.
I'm relaying good news, I hope.
They're safe, and they're staying put. SWAT will have to exfil them as soon as I've got the prototype.
I'll tell Seraph, but don't take too long.
Listen up. I need you all to stay calm, keep your voices down, and wait here for SWAT. The plant's not clear yet.
Not clear? But those terrorists, they've got my wife.
Your wife?
She's the manager here. Josie Thorpe. They said they needed her to open the administration building. They were looking for evidence of some kind. Please, I haven't seen her since. You have to find her.
I'll do my best. But right now, I need you all to stay here and wait for the police. Can you do that?
Yes, of course. But please, hurry.
You said they were looking for evidence? What kind of evidence?
I don't know. They're purists. They think the body is sacred and shouldn't be tampered with. They probably want something that will implicate us in moral wrongdoings.
Did they know about the typhoon?
It's a top secret contract. How could they? And we only moved it in a few hours ago. Please, I don't think they expected anyone would be working today. And now that they're backed into a corner, you have to find my wife, please.
Cool. Cool.
Holy shit! Bust!
Oh, how did he see me? F9. F9 doesn't work. Okay, whatever. I guess I should take the vent. The vent is boring, but I'll take it.
I'm about to peek.
Okay, camera tutorial.
Access granted.
So now we are entering into the first SAS zone of this map.
The airlocks.
Yeah, the airlocks. Actually, it's something that we had to add later as we were producing the maps to help the streaming.
Yeah, it's. I think also at that point in the game, we weren't mastering our streaming capabilities as well as we were later on in the game. So basically, it's just your common thing that you see in a lot of games. While this door is locked, we're actually loading the entire room that's in the back, and they were big rooms. Those are the huge lab rooms with a lot of like stuff to do and a lot of stuff to interact with. But what's good about them, and this is how they should be done, is they're thematically kind of inserted. It fits. It's you're in a lab, and this thing looks like it's a place that's gonna, how would you say, Mary, decontaminate you? Is that it? Yeah, decontamination, sterilize you, and so like all the streams and whatnot. So I'm sure for maybe not for everybody, but for certain people, they didn't even realize what was going on. They were just like, oh, cool, I'm having this steam shower, and then the door opens.
Yeah, I just remember me fighting it the longer I could. I was resisting it because I hate those things in general because it's very artificial, and we all know that it's just we have to load the other portion of the map. But like you said, it turned out
at least when they're well thematically incorporated that way. It works in a good way.
I agree.
What is it now? What the fuck is that?
Whack. Whack. I was in cover. Is it autosave? Previous autosave? Quick save? Quick save. You know, I think this is a problem with this game, is that it's just not very well... Wow, that frame rate. Oh, he's already mad. Already mad in the quick save. Okay. A lot of this game is just like not quite polished. And it was worse than the original, right?
You're dead.
Are they all immediately mad? Yes, they're all mad. Load a quick save. And it was even worse in the original game. In the original version of this game, certain areas had no workaround other than combat. And even the boss fights, could only be passed using combat. And that's why I think the director's cut is the better version. Because they actually let you play the boss fights differently. You didn't have to be stuck with combat. And I think the best one that shows it is the Beckett fight? Because on that one you can actually like go up to him and use turrets in the room or hack him, and worked out a lot better. Felt a lot better than the original game. And of course he saw me this time for some reason. There you go.
Yo,
contextual cover. Convenient chest-high walls. It was a... of course. Fucking of course. Guy's walking the other way. Nope, certainly turns around. And I don't just want to gun everyone down. I don't think that's very interesting. Now you can, because if you get the armor penetration mod for your 10mm pistol, it's really, really easy to kill anybody in the game. Same thing if you have the revolver. If you have the revolver, you get the explosive revolver perk, which is just insane. You know, the assault rifle gets like, what, auto-targeting bullets? And it's like, oh, that's still not that good. But the, all the other stuff, crazy. Okay, got a save here. We'll do our own save, just in case.
So now we're facing one of the air vents of the game. Actually, the air
One
vents...
of the biggest...
cleanest air vents in the history of games.
Yeah, the air vents are definitely the cleanest air vents in the history of games. That's true. And also, this was probably one of the biggest challenges
with the lockers.
With the lockers of the entire game of Deus Ex Human Revolution. Like, you would think it would be like AI or hacking or how to make like a story as complex as the one that Mary pulled off or whatever, but no.
The air vents.
It was the air vents doors.
And they had to be perfect because they're all over the place.
All over the place. The thing is that when you design something like that, and there's a door that needs to open, and you want to make sure that, and especially the air vents, because we would hide them so much, like put crates in front of them or put all sorts of crap in front of them. The way that they open, you want to make sure that it's not going to obstruct these things or obstruct AI or whatever. But at the same time, wanting it to open in a fairly credible way, you know? So we had them that would kind of slide in a spaceship way, like on the side, like, you know, like, which was like, nah, you know, whatever. And eventually what happened is our lead, Philippe Desrosiers, our lead modeler, which is also has studied engineering and drafting, design, all sorts of things like that. So he's really competent with mechanisms and figuring out how things work. And it might seem very simple when you look at it in the game, and it's like, yeah, this is what, you know, should have been done from the beginning, but it's not always that easy and that obvious. But he ended up thinking about just these hinges that are just kind of pushing the hatch forward and then bringing it upward, and it was that simple.
And that's the final solution. But when you look at how it was made in games before that, like it just opens in a very like kind of like a door, but a trap door.
Yeah.
But the thing is that we could have done that, but we had physical objects. You have the characters, and you always have to think,
AI.
Exactly. You always have to think about if the player's going to get stuck, if it's going to damage the experience and whatnot. And sometimes trivial things become really important things that we need.
And I remember when he made that thing, like how happy I was just for a freaking hatch.
We were all happy.
We were just like, oh my god, this is insane. It's like we almost like went out for a beer or something, you know.
And this is a cutscene, I think.
Here, another cutscene where Jensen's going to interact with a potential enemy. And I remember having discussion with Jesse Sweet, our cinematic director, back in the day, because the constraint I gave him is that I didn't want Jensen in any cutscene with a gun, because we don't know what the player's going to have. And for me, it was really important that the cutscenes were keeping the character that you were building consistent with when we were going into those moments. So for him, it was a real challenge to still have Jensen look badass, and then but not using a gun. And that's why in this one we see with the hacker is that Jensen pulls out his blade from his arm. So it was a way to compensate for the lack of gun.
Adam, it's David. You got the Typhoon?
Yeah, but you were right about there being something more behind this. Because I've also got a dead purist in here with some pretty interesting cerebral implants.
Don't touch him. We'll need an expert to recover his neural hub, in case it's booby-trapped.
Copy that. What about Sanders?
SWAT's pressure me to let them off the leash. Find them before they do, and deal with them.
Okay, now I'm gonna use a glitch. Okay, this is a glitch in the game. And I thought this was really interesting. Oh, I guess it's further up ahead. So, preferably, this is one of those verbal boss fights where you have to go through dialogue options to convince a character to do something that they don't want to do. And usually, very straightforward, right? There's one with Tong, there's one with Seraph. But this is the first one of the game, and you might not be able to get it all the time. Hello, Hempy. We're almost done with a little bit of Deus Ex, and then we're probably gonna switch to Silent Hill 2, but the bad version, the naughty boy version. But yeah, you can fail this boss fight. Oh.
So
there you go. Oh, come on.
So here in manufacturing plant, we get close to the bridge where we have the police forces that are fighting the Purity First.
Storming the plant.
Terrorists, they are storming the plant. And I wanted so badly to have this piece of show don't tell where now that the police are pressuring in the facility and everything, but with playtest we saw that most players never really saw what was happening. Like it was too
it was under their feet.
Exactly.
Yeah. So a lot of ideas during level design itself.
Yeah, Hempy, my day was good.
Wanted to how do we showcase this kind
Wow,
of
this is a long audio log.
But this event was only on paper.
There's a timer next to me.
To actually make sure that every single player was seeing it, and the whole AI versus AI came very, very, very late. Right, Pat?
Yeah, like the AI programmer will probably have a different story to that, but you needed to have a faction system when you need to turn like enemies or NPC, they were neutral and they have to know who they are neutral to and who they can attack. So by having like Jensen like taking control of a turret and say this turret now attacks the enemy
I actually have
is now like used to be his friend. The turret was.
I have something to show you.
So we had
I downloaded a movie.
Facebook.
I thought you'd like.
Yeah, so we had that system, and this is the beauty with Deus Ex, where we built like systemic features, and like then the AI could fight against each other, even if we didn't put too much love. I think it came like at a.
Yeah, that's really loud. Yeah, I downloaded something that you'd like. I was gonna ask you about it. Downloaded a movie. Downloaded a Russian movie from the 70s. Please don't turn around. Because I think I told you the other day that, you know, I have some of those, like, silent movies. No, how did this guy see me? They're running over there. Okay, never mind. I'll pull it up once I get past this section. Once I'm back at desktop. Okay, here's the boss fight. Now, you can just tell this guy to go fuck himself and punch him. And if you have the perk to knock out two people at the same time, you knock out the woman, but she's alive.
So here, one of the interesting cutscenes where actually I remember us debating about the fact that everybody in this world were thin. There was no fat people and everything. And since with our skeleton and etc. for all the NPCs in the world, we knew that we couldn't address that thing, and we said, well, at least there might be an opportunity to put some, in some instances, like in cutscenes, to cover the fact that it's not everybody in the world that is thin, right?
Yeah, and we really wanted Josie to be the manager of this, to be slightly heavier than everyone else in the game.
And it was this argument about it would be tough to animate and stuff like that, that it's not going to look good. And
They wanted to make her fat.
Yeah, but,
Holy shit.
It was a tough one, but finally we managed to make her slightly more heavy than other characters.
Yeah, and I remember that there were certain people on the team who really were against it, and they were just saying it'll look weird visually, and having a really thin terrorist with this heavy woman just won't work, and I never quite understood the heart of those things. But in the end, it works out really well. And it makes for a really good hostage situation, which is definitely improved.
Yeah, for me, I was loving this. This was one of my favorite scenes because I said, you know, from sound point, there was so much to play with because you got the riot, well, the terrorist attack that's sort of happening outside, but you got, you know, the riot police coming in to handle it. You got cops coming in. You've got a hostage situation. So I mean, the tension level's on 10, which is great. The one thing that was funny when the scene first came to me is we had almost nothing of Josie crying and whimpering, and I thought for a situation like this, the hostage should definitely be like sobbing and whimpering through the whole thing. So we started by adding that, which brought a lot of life to her character during the scene. Like even when there's nothing going on, you can hear her kind of whimpering and sobbing. And I remember, I think we worked a week just getting the timing for the sound. There's a point where a helicopter beam comes right through the room, and I wanted the sound of the helicopter to come with it, to come really close, so it sounded like, you know, they're just, you know, patrolling around and waiting for this guy. That took like almost a week, and again, like JF always says, it's funny how what seems to be the simplest thing can cause so much headaches and be so complicated. Like you're like, we're just syncing a damn light with a sound, but it took forever. But once all the elements came in, this was one of my favorite scenes in the game because I love the actor who played Zeke. I thought he was so good. And his performance, along with Jensen's performance, all the sound, the outside stimuli, her sobbing.
Oh, he shot her. Together. Fuck. Man, those guys are talking a lot. I didn't think they'd talk so much. Did they patch it out? I hope they didn't patch it out.
So here, one of the interesting cutscenes where actually I remember us debating about the fact that everybody in this world were thin. There was no.
Yeah, you can't do it anymore. Wow, they patched it out. Okay, in the original version, when you get close to them, you'd have the prompt to double knockout, and I guess they got rid of that. Man, that sucks. I like glitching games. It's really fun. I guess I got to speed run while all these developers talk because they are yapping.
So here.
Skip.
One of the interesting cutscenes where actually I remember
Realfie, hello?
Us debating about the fact that everybody in this world were thin. There was no fat people and everything. And since with our skeleton and etc. for all the NPCs in the world, we knew that we couldn't address that thing, and we said, well, at least there might be an opportunity to put some, in some instances, like in cutscenes, to cover the fact that it's not everybody in the world that is thin, right?
Yeah, and we really wanted Josie to be the manager of this, to be slightly heavier than everyone else in the game.
And it was this argument about it would be tough to animate and stuff like that, it's not going to look good on screen.
That was nonsense.
Yeah, but it was a tough one. But finally, we managed to make her slightly more heavy than other characters.
Yeah, and I remember that there were certain people on the team who really were against it, and they were just saying it'll look weird visually, and having a really thin terrorist with this heavy woman just won't work, and I never quite understood the heart of those things. But in the end, it works out really well. And it makes for a really good hostage situation, which is definitely improved.
Yeah, for me, I was loving this. This is one of my favorite scenes because I said, you know, from sound point, there was so much to play with because you got the riot, well, the terrorist attack that's sort of happening outside, but you got, you know, the riot police coming in to handle it. You got cops coming in. You've got a hostage situation. So I mean, the tension level's on 10, which is great. The one thing that was funny when the scene first came to me is we had almost nothing of Josie crying and whimpering, and I thought for a situation like this, the hostage should definitely be like sobbing and whimpering through the whole thing. So we started by adding that, which brought a lot of life to her character during the scene. Like, even when there's nothing going on, you can hear her kind of whimpering and sobbing. And I remember, I think we worked a week just getting the timing for the sound. There's a point where a helicopter beam comes right through the room, and I wanted the sound of the helicopter to come with it, to come really close, so it sounded like, you know, they're just, you know, patrolling around and waiting for this guy. That took like almost a week, and again, like JF always says, it's funny how what seems to be the simplest thing can cause so much headaches and be so complicated.
Oh,
like,
no.
like we're just syncing a damn light with a sound, but it took forever. But once all the elements came in, this was one of my favorite scenes in the game because I love the actor who played Zeke. I thought he was so good. And his performance, along with Jensen's performance, all the sound, the outside stimuli, her sobbing, it just brought the whole thing together.
That's how well he knows you. He expected you to take a hostage, just like he knew the cops would kill you for it.
You're right. Damn! You know, he even asked me once about hostages. I told him I would if I had to. I thought I had to here, but I can't afford to, can I? Go on, get out of here. You're free to go. I did what you wanted, so let me go. I got Blade here too, I say.
Okay,
I've
compa,
got as much
váyate.
interest in finding out who's really behind this as you do, Cabron.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll owe you one. But I promise you this, someone's gonna pay.
All right, we got the good ending. We did it.
Adam, what's happening? What's your situation? Adam!
Sanders is gone, boss. But I'm pretty sure he's just a dupe. Somebody else set this up.
Damn it. Okay, I want you back here now. The admin building has a rooftop terrace. Meet Farida on it.
Copy. Jensen out.
My wife, is she all right?
She's fine. A little shaken up, though. Swap will need to debrief her, but you'll see her soon.
I don't know what to say. I think I've given up on her. You're a true hero, man. I'll find some way to repay this, I swear.
There's no need for that. I was just doing my job.
Don't be modest. I didn't recognize you before, but I know who you are, Mr. Jensen. And I know you weren't supposed to be back at work yet.
Mr. Jensen?
God, you are. I'll be in touch. Count on it.
Okay. We're done here. And I'm tired of this. So we're gonna save. And we're gonna handle this later. Alt F4. Yes. So I think I'm gonna switch to maybe Alan Wake. That has commentary too. I'm not in the mood for commentary. So what I was gonna say is I have I downloaded a movie in Russian. It is called I don't know how to pronounce it. This. Man, that font is terrible. I can't even what does that even say? But apparently it's like a really big like late 70s war drama movie. It has like I don't know, like an like yeah. It's got like a war scene, it's got an oil rig, it's got like corporate espionage, and it's like long. It's like 4 hours long. So let me know when you want to watch it. I'd be down. I'm down to watch it. Yeah, wow. I don't even know what that says. But I found a poster for it. And then yeah, here's these. That's 2 hours. Part 1 is 2 hours, Kino. Does it have subs? Of course it has subs. So yeah, it's like 4 hours total. Yeah, let me not play that so I don't get nuked. What should I play now? Man, I didn't think I'd get this far. I didn't think I would get tired of Deus Ex so fast, but man, those freaking developers, they talk a lot. They talk so much. Battlefield, I'm not playing Battlefield. I played Battlefield all day today. Hold on, let me see what's on my list. Oh, wait. Yeah. Actually, I forgot. We're gonna play a bad game. We're gonna play a really bad game. I have the Silent Hill collection. I don't know when you're free, but I'm down whenever. Okay, how about if I pull up League of Legends, you're unfollowing? A little late for that. Let me change the category. I'm gonna turn on the PlayStation 3. I'm gonna play Silent Hill 2. But I'm gonna play Silent Hill 2, the HD collection, the bad version, with all the nonsense in it. And I guess they got different voice actors for it. Yeah, kind of fascinating that they messed it up so bad. But I'm like really curious to see how bad it is. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, can it really be that bad? Yeah, I work tomorrow. Wednesday. I'm down Wednesday. I'm free all day Wednesday. I'm free all day Wednesday. I'm down. I'm down. Let me change my category. Usoge or art. There you go. Silent Hill 2. Yeah, I'm down for Wednesday. 2012. Perfect. Okay, that's updated. Now I need to, what do I need to do? I need to change my wire. Okay, hold on. Ow. Yeah, I'd be really down for Wednesday. I don't know what time is okay with you. There we go. It's working. Let's see here. Projector, yep. Project to the LG, good. Audio's good, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get like a pizza. I'll probably get it, well, I don't know, when do I want to get a pizza? Yeah, I'm down. I'm so down. I'm really excited because I found it on Twitter. Because I follow a lot of people who download illegal movies. And so I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm really down for that. So this is Silent Hill HD Collection. Only has Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3. It does not have 1 or any other games. It doesn't have 4 either. So this only has 1 and 2. This was released in like 2011 or 2012. And people hated it. Right? Now, the dev that Konami gave it to, arranging a date with Arctic in front of you, Snacks. Oh my god. Snacks, are you getting jealous? It's okay. You can show up too. The dev they gave this to was a mobile game developer. And they were not ready. Hijinks Studios. Oh, look at that. Look at that logo. That's like, holy shit. They were not ready to develop a game off of scraps. But they did. They managed somehow. And it's notoriously bad. And here's Silent Hill 3. It just, yeah. Full menu. Let's do 2. And it gives you the option, do you want the original voices or the new voices? I'm going with new voices. And I feel kind of bad for the developer, because the developer was a huge Silent Hill fan, right? And you know, when you have the chance to work on a dream project, you're like, yeah, I'd take it in a heartbeat, right? And then he didn't realize how screwed over they would be by Konami, because Konami gave them incomplete code for the game. They were like, here you go. The voice actors from the original wanted residuals for it for the new release, but they already hired new talent to voice it over again, so there was a labor dispute there. It was just a mess, just a huge mess, right? And they're lucky that it came out as good as it did, which is not very well, but it's an interesting part of gaming history, and I think it's nice. I think it's really cool. And of course, since this was made for the PS3, this is 16 by 9. They also messed up some of the what do you even call it? Change the setting? Yes. They messed up some of the fog, because they couldn't replicate how to make the fog in-engine the way it was made on the PS2 on the PS3. Because the PS3 has a very different architecture for its processing. So the PS3 can actually handle a lot of throughput. And there's some games that look sexy. They look ahead of their time. Right? Like Metal Gear Solid 4, like Killzone 2. They just look excellent. They look great. Right? Because the devs knew how to work with it. But devs who didn't know how to work with it and were used to conventional systems, really, they were having a really hard time with it. Yeah, it's really interesting to look at that, because you look at Killzone 2, and Killzone 2 looks like a PS4 game. Until you realize, you know, it's only like, what, 720p?
James, honey, did something happen to you?
New voices.
After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
Maria?
You said you took everything, but you forgot that videotape we made. I wonder if it's still there.
How do you know about that? Aren't you Maria?
doesn't matter who I am. I'm here for you, James. See? I'm real.
Okay, so that was actually me stalling. What I was doing in the background, you may not have known, was trying to figure out. I guess I should play this on easy, shouldn't I? Since I'm just trying to run through. Beginner action, sure. I was trying to screenshot from when we played the original to show off exactly how much more is shown in this HD version. Yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think everyone who hates this...
Could you really be in this town?
Also, new voice. I think everyone who hates this grossly exaggerates how terrible it was. Like, most everything looks pretty good. You know? Definitely a lot more readable than the original game. You know, people are like, oh, the original has so much charm. And I'm like, yeah, you have to kind of squint your eyes, don't you? Alright? And also, I'm really happy to play this again. Because this time you'll be able to see it, at the very least. I went back and looked at my recordings, and they are so dark. It was so dark you can't see anything.
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill.
You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then, why am I looking for her? Her special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Does she mean the park on the lake? We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us, staring at the water. Could Mary really be there? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
Okay. So right here. Fuck. Okay, so unfortunately it changed angle there. So I got the screenshot here from when I played it. Whoa, that's the wrong button. Drag it. There you go. Drop it. Now there's what I played. That's how my capture looked when I streamed it last week. Right? Definitely it's a lot more flattering of the PNG in the background. Like you could tell the far side of the lake you could tell like that's PNG, that's flat. You can tell like, yeah, a green filter, green balance. Definitely, yeah, it was a little bit color tinted. You know, and of course this is only 4:3. So you see it doesn't actually go all that wide. Okay. And then the version we're playing here is 16:9. Did you notice that? Did you see it? Where's his footsteps? I can hear them here. And then they're gone. And then they're back. Kind of, you know, little stuff like that. They gave the dev a whole bunch of shit for. They were like, I can't believe they made the remake this bad. I'm like, okay, dude, you know, it's hard. I'm gonna attention to detail. I don't know. Like, oh, they kept that sound. I gotta say, like, maybe I think fans are too nitpicky. Like, full stop. I think fans, especially like last 15 years, are given way too much discretion. Save my game. There's something in the well. What's that? Oh. Oh, it's the PS3 save style. Neat. Yeah, you know, it's little stuff, but I think fans ruin things. Especially like Star Wars fans. They ruin things. Silent Hill fans. They do.
Excuse me,
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just...
No, it's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Lost?
Yeah, I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But
Yes?
I think you better stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. It's kind of hard to explain, but...
Is it dangerous?
Maybe. And it's not just the fog, either. It's...
Okay, I got it. I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I really don't care. If it's dangerous or not. I'm going into town either way.
Man.
But why?
I'm looking for someone.
Who is it?
Someone very important to me. I'd do anything if I could be with her again.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean, my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either.
Huh? Did you just hear the audio cut out like that?
I'm sorry. It's not your problem.
No, I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, so you're never gonna try Undertale Deltarune because of the fans. Valid. I like how the music cut out in the cutscene. And I gotta say, listening to the new voices feels super, super weird. Because they sound like normal people, and you kind of forget how stupid they sound in the original. Oh, I think there's a sign here that they used Comic Sans. They used Comic Sans for the sign. No way. You think you think I'm fucking with you? Oh, there it is. It's real. I thought it was a fucking edit. All these years, I was like, nah, you gotta be fucking with me. Silent Hill Ranch. That's art. That's fucking art. Holy shit. And there's no way, right? Someone had to put that there, like, on purpose. You think? They have to have. There's no way. There's no way you put like, what's the default thing? Is it like Times New Roman or like Helvetica or something? And they fucking put fucking Comic Sans on that thing. Oh, you know what's gonna be fun? Is that there's actually trophies in this game. I forgot this game has trophies. Holy shit. Yeah, like someone had to have done that purposefully. Like, I get you can't use the original images, you know? Man, this audio mix is just insane. It was Friday. Yeah, he made that sign 2:30 on a Friday. I believe that. I never thought that someone can really use Comic Sans as a font and in Silent Hill. You know, I watched someone play Silent Hill Homecoming. Not Homecoming. Wait, was it Homecoming? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. They played Silent Hill Homecoming for the very first time. Right? And that is regarded as the absolute worst Silent Hill game. And, you know, among fans, Homecoming is like unplayable. The Roadrunner. See, that has a normal font. It's just terrible. Like, it's really, really, really bad. And they played it. And you know what it was? It was just mediocre. It was like, just, it wasn't like terrible. It wasn't like god-awful kusoge, you know, someone needs to be shot for this. But it was like, it was just mediocre. And the thought of that was really interesting to me. That like it got blown out of proportion. I think there's a healing item over here. And I heard this remake was absolutely terrible. And now I'm playing it specifically to see like, alright, how broken is it? Surely it can't be that broken. Clown face. Clown emoji. Surely it can't be that broken. I don't know, the fog looks pretty decent, to be honest. Someone told me the fog just didn't work, and I'm like, this fog looks like... This looks like fog. I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna go to college and write all my papers in Comic Sans. See if the professor says anything. God, hearing the PlayStation 3 save is like really comforting. And so I'm actually not playing this on a CRT. Technically I could. I do have the wires to put my PS3 onto my CRT. If I was crazy. But this is HDMI capture.
Is it dead?
Wait, did I? Oh, right, I'm playing on easy. I forgot. I thought the game glitched out. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Oh, well, this is gonna go great. Never mind.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is this thing broken? better take it anyway. I might need it.
Oh, wait. Can I change the color of his blood? Is that a thing? In this version. Let's see. It is. Oh. What color do we want? Normal, green, violet, black. I want to go violet. That seems interesting to me. There we go. You know, when I first started collecting games, this game disc, very expensive. This was like 30 something bucks. And I mean, I guess 30 bucks isn't like super expensive, but it's like more than I'm willing to pay. And so I was like, oh, you know, I'll just not get it. Whatever. You know, I don't care. I heard it's bad, I'll just not get it. And then because Silent Hill F came out, and of course Silent Hill 2 got remade, I went back and looked at the prices, and these games have dropped in price. Probably because they were like, oh, the game got remade. Who in the hell would play this terrible version? And yeah, so it's like, oddly enough, this game is like $10 now. And I was like, 10 bucks? Yeah, I was like, $10. Oh man, I've spent more money on stupider things for that. Yeah, oh, well, not just $10 for this game. $10 for Silent Hill 3 HD as well. And I'm like, that's a pretty decent price. You know, they're on the same disc. And it came with a case. And the manual, but the manual sucks. Manual's worthless. There was a hole here. It's gone now. Me after. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to make that joke. Never mind. Where am I going? Martin Street. Para side eye. Snacks, you're sub to Para? I thought she banned you or something. No. Oh, gifted sub. What did I just... I'm an idiot. I am stupid. What did I just pick up? No, wrong button. That's the pause. Oh. All right, that was the key. Whoops. Don't mind me. I just don't know what I'm doing. Para sub expired. My life is ruined. Hempy, oh, you watched Para 2? Actually, who is your Oshi? Who is your Oshi? Do you have an Oshi? Go down to Saul Street, get that save. I say, let's get that save, as if I'm not playing on, like, the easiest difficulty. Okay, snacks, you like Mumkey? Okay. Para is your partner Oshi, but Pekoe is your non-partner Oshi. Okay. Trying to think of who my Oshi is. I mean, right now it's definitely Gloomy. But I only started watching Gloomy like almost a year ago. So like before that, I would say it was Iomi. She still streams. She still streams. It doesn't line up with my times. Iomi, I subbed to her for like almost 2.5 years or something. I really liked Graphite Hello, although I can't say they were... I don't think they were my Oshi, though. I don't know, it's... But, like, overall... Seamus isn't a VTuber, though. Does it have to be a VTuber? I feel like it has to be a VTuber, right? Is there anything out here? No, I don't think there is. Into the apartments. CV. Sivinka is a good one. But you're afraid of her because I think she could kill me. I don't think I ever watched her streams. I used to watch Grimmy. I used to watch a lot of Grimmy. But I feel like I can't, like, a big streamer. I feel like a big streamer can't be my Oshi. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of have to, like, watch the streamer when they're, like, not big, and then just keep watching them as they grow. Right? And that's... But, like, if you watch someone who's, like a huge streamer, feels kind of weird. But then, I guess you could admire someone who has, like, a big following already. And that's okay. You know, I don't know. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. You get that entirely? Yeah. Let's go get the flashlight, I think. And this is so weird. Like, it's actually showing up on stream. This is insane. I remember this section was like pitch black on the original. Ooh, I didn't pick up the map. I'm a dummy. Simple as who inspires you and who do you want to support. Okay, that's nice. That's optimistic. I like that. But you always, yeah, I always overthink it as well. You know, I try to think about it like who do I want to like model myself after? But then they're not a VTuber. But I have all of his videos, or at least a lot of them, downloaded. And it's Seamus. And I still like he had the spark. He had the spark. Oh my god! Legs! Oh, there you go. Man, you really just fucking one-shot everything in this difficulty. That's crazy. No. No, I'm not. I'm gonna play video games. And that's about it. What the? Where did you stop moving? Can't hit him. Okay, he just died. Whatever. That's cool. That's enough. Yeah, that's enough. I just play games. And that makes me happy. It makes me happy to be here, and it gives me a little bit of motivation to play the games that I bought, and then I was too lazy to actually play. That's why I'm here. I act like that guy when I'm out of beer, just crawling on all fours, barrel. Oh god, got turned around already. I almost bought beer today. Well, I guess I did. I bought ginger beer. And then I realized, oh, I only have vodka. You get to watch games you'd never play. Really, you would never play this game? I feel like Silent Hill 2 would be like hempy coated. Not like super hempy coated, but I feel like you'd play it. Did I pick up the map? No, I did not. I will take that. Thank you. I think I got one more hallway here, and then onto the third floor. Snacks being a pest again. Hello. I showed up earlier in your stream, but you didn't greet me. You said snacked, though? Snacks, how do you say your name in Spanish? and Snaquito. Okay. You know, I always have this problem when I meet, well, I say when I meet new people, as if I know you guys, but I have a problem like associating people with certain things, and I'll like kind of forget sometimes. So like I'll see someone new in a Discord server or in a chat room, whatever, you know, just someone new, or even a streamer, right? And I'll like completely forget who they are, and it takes like an incident for me to like open my eyes and turn my brain on to remember who they are. Because I remember there was that VTuber Barry, I think it's Barry, she's like a ladybug, and I was like, oh wow, there's so many VTubers who are ladybugs. This is crazy. Like I didn't realize it was so popular. And then I realized like I was just an idiot and they just had different models until it like clicked that I was like, oh, they're the same person. Ah, okay. Same thing with Pumpkin, because she has like two models. I felt so stupid when I learned that.
Ow!
Ha ha!
Hey, wait! Damn it!
Yeah, but that's how my brain works. My brain is I'm very good at remembering things that don't matter. And then things that do matter, like people, I'm like, oh, who are you again? You did the same thing with Pumpkin? Right? Like, well, if you don't know, right? If you don't know, and now I've gotten a lot better at reading people's descriptions and being like, oh, okay, the duo. But then you gotta be careful, because sometimes people, like, I used to watch a German streamer, and it's like twins, right? And they're twin VTubers who stream together. I guess Hololive has a similar gimmick too. With what's their name? The Dog Girls. And it took me a while to realize like, oh wait. These are two different people streaming together at the same time. I thought it was one person doing a bit where they were like acting as two characters. I've run into people that generally go by a name that isn't in their handle. Isn't their handle. Yeah. Well, here's a funny story about Arctic. Okay. I made this username accidentally when I was like 12 years old. And I was like, oh. And then I started streaming and I was like, well, what are people going to call me? And I was like, ah, shit, I guess they're going to call me Arctic. Like what the fuck else are they going to call me? I can't change my username now. It's been like 18 years. Hime? Yeah, Hime. Uh-huh. That's one. A lot of people are like that. And then a lot of people have like unpronounceable names. Like Hempy, you brought up CV earlier. But like I see her name and it doesn't register in my brain that like that's a name. I'm like, oh, how do you say that? Svunka? And then I'm like, oh, right. It's CV. My nickname is really hard to read. Is it? What did I just called her Suka? Holy shit. Does does she does she speak other languages or is she just English? What did I get? I got the gun. Oh wait, I have to go back to the clock room. Right. When you met her, you called her that? Oh, like so when she showed up in your chat, you called her that. Oh, okay. Now it makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Completely. Whoa. It's him in HD. Crazy.
My God. Who could have?
She rated you and you called her that? Damn. Damn, that's brutal. Someone just calls you R34 or Iffy or Liffy, but you're not upset because you're not a content creator. The V reads like a U. True. Also true. Like, I try to find a vowel in there. Right? Okay, room 202. Which one is 202? If I was a room, where would I be? Okay, over there. Yeah, it's definitely like the curse of internet usernames is definitely a thing. I don't know what I'm doing half the time, to be honest. You know, people always say my name really well on the first half. They're like Arctic, and I'm like, "Oh." And then they try to say Qatar, and it just melts down, you know? And I'm just like, "All right, just Arctic is fine. Arctic is good." You know? No one calls me Arctic Qatar, you know, except my mom when she's angry at me. You know, when she calls you by your full legal name. Nice hole. My controller's vibrating. Your name is tailor-made for people to read wrong? You did that on purpose? Snakooty? Snakooty? I'm gonna start calling you Snakooty now. Holy, you shouldn't have told me that. You made a mistake. Let's see. 9, 10, 15. Snakooty. Holy shit. Crank that. Oh, Hempy, I was meaning to ask. Why did you visit a vineyard for fun, or was it a work thing? Because I have a friend who was a bartender, and this was in France. She lives in France. She got married out there. She visited a vineyard for a work thing because it was like a new vineyard, and then they like invited her to go, and they had like a cocktail competition to kind of promote the new wines and liquors that they were selling. And I was like, oh, you work food service. And I was like, oh, is that the same thing? But that was like a really funny moment for me when she told me that. I think this doesn't work. Yeah, that's locked. It was really funny when she told me that because it opened just 2 weeks ago and you wanted to venture. Ah, it was new, but it wasn't promotion. Cool. It was funny when she told me that because she was talking with her husband, and I don't know any French at this time. At this time in my life, I don't know any French. And I visited and I crashed on her couch. Okay, and then she had this work trip just overnight at the vineyard, at the chateau. And then so she goes, and then she comes back in the morning with, a box full of swag, right? A bunch of t-shirts and bottles of wine and some brandy, whatever, right? Cognac or whatever the fuck it was. And then they're talking in French to each other. And I'm just sitting there like a respectful guest. I'm not trying to interrupt. And they say, he gestures to the wine, and he says, I remember this. He says, "Oh, c'est bon." As a question, he says, "Is it good?" And then she grabs a bottle of wine, and she makes this sour face. She makes this really sour face, and she says, bouf. And I had to interject. I was like, whoa, stop, time out. What the fuck is boof? And she hit, and then she looked at me like, what do you mean, what is boof? She's like, boof. And I'm like, no, I don't know. I don't speak French. Thank you. What is boof? And it's kind of like in English when someone says like, oh, how was the dinner? Oh, it was kind of meh. Same thing, but 1,000 times funnier in French. It was funny to me. This is okay. Needs to go up the stairs. Now I can say I learned French today. You learned French? Automatopoeia? Is that a thing in Russian? Is there like Russian onomatopoeia? Do Russians have like a thing they say? Fire escape key. Realfie, it's your time to shine. Hempy, I thought you studied for 3 years. Come on. Is it like when Polish people say tak? I hear a lot of that. I hear a lot of tak from Polish people. And it does not seem to be a good thing whenever they say that. Where am I going? Okay, let's finish off the hallway here. Locked. Terrible. Yeah, Realfie, we were talking about automatopoeia, and we were wondering if there is any Russian automatopoeia that is used for like expressions of good or bad. It's locked. Okay. And juice. I love juice. I actually had I just finished a glass of orange juice and vodka here, and now I'm out of orange juice. Okay, please let me think for a bit. Well, let me I don't know if you heard the conversation, but we were talking about French. They have bouffe, and then in English we have mais. Snacks. I don't know what that says. I'm not gonna read it out. Oh, by the way, snacks. If you type my least favorite word, if you type Latinx, in the chat, you're gonna get timed out automatically. You know, animal sounds. Oh, animal sounds are good. Yeah. That's pretty neat. Okay. Whoa, he's fucking him. Holy, I forgot about this. Me when the post-nut clarity hits. Help! Help! Someone put a cone on my head. I can't take it off. I made this exact same joke last time. That's cute. That cat sound is cute. Okay, got the key. What am I doing again? Chico smile. Okay, I think we're almost done with this area, actually. Okay, let's see. So I got the canned juice. Gotta use the juice. And then courtyard? Do I have the courtyard key? Perhaps? Maybe I do. Squeeze through the hole. All right, this is the room with the music. I don't know. Hempy, I forgot to tell you, I actually had a nightmare last night. And I think it was because of Call of Duty. And it was one of those nightmares that, okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever had a dream that you were still streaming? Like you're in bed and you left the stream on or something? Like you ever had one of those dreams? Juice. Where's the juice? There you go. No way. Have you had one? You just had your first dream like that last night? Swear to God? Holy shit. Holy shit. In Russian we really using suck things sometimes sounds away as English meh. Because, oh, okay. No, so English does take up of it. Russian uses foo. Interesting. That is a good one. I was gonna say, like, do you use a sucking sound? And I was like, I've never heard a sucking sound in Russian, but, you know, cool. But no, the foo, I get it now. Because I do watch, uh, I have heard it before, and I was like, I have no idea what that was, because they just use it by itself. Maybe that was a different word. But is it like general disappointment when they hear that, when they use that word? F is a good character. It's a good one. Let's see. Let's go get the coin. Yeah, so like last night, I mean, you know, stream went really, really long last night. And I got up and I went to bed. I didn't go to bed. I brushed my teeth. I drank some water. Then I went to bed. Ah, when showing disgust. Ah, okay. So not just mediocrity, also disgust. And so I went to bed and I dreamt that I played Battlefield and then I played Call of Duty with Hempy. And then I had the dream that like after stream ended, I did the same thing again. And then I forgot to end the stream. I was like, "Oh, we streamed, I did that once." And then I like stopped, and then for some reason I did it again, except I didn't turn it off. And I just woke up in bed with like the big, like, and I was confused. I was like, I woke up, I was like, what's going on? You know? And I went over to my computer and of course it's turned off. It's all turned off. And I was just like, I was having a really rough morning. Dreaming of Hempy. I usually dream of things that I like interact with. But it's usually like very mundane. It's like living the same day again. And my least favorite type of dream is dreaming of things that I am going to do. Like, sometimes I dream about waking up and going to work. And then I have to wake up and go to work. And I'm just like, oh, I can't handle this. This is too much. Those are the ones that, like, scare me. I'm just like, oh my god. Like, just, they used to happen to you in school? Yeah. Yeah, you know when it happens and you're just like, oh my god. You actually freaked out because in the dream you tried to run to the PC and mute the mic, but the mic fell off the arm. Yeah, it wasn't like, I didn't dream that the stream was still on. Because I know if I leave it on, nothing would happen. It would just run. No. This mic doesn't really pick up audio far away that well. But like I had the feeling like I left it on. And then when I woke up like in a kind of like in a panic. Like, did I just leave it on? And then I was confused, and the confusion kind of hurt my head. Oh, it's Eddie. Oh, look at that HD butt crack. Holy shit.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Do what?
I didn't do anything. I swear. He was like this when I got here.
My name's James. James Sunderland.
Eddie.
Eddie? Who's that dead guy in the kitchen?
I'm not blonde.
I didn't do it.
I'm not blonde, and I am not fat.
You're not friends with that Red Pyramid thing, are you?
Red Pyramid thing? I don't know what you're talking about. Honest. But I did see some weird-looking monsters. And they scared the hell out of me. So I ran in here.
Well, I guess this place isn't too safe either. What happened here anyway?
Why, I told you I don't know. I'm not even from this town. I just...
You too, huh? Something just brought you here, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, whatever it is, I think you better get out of here soon.
Yeah, you're right. What about you?
I'll leave as soon as I'm done here. Eddie, careful.
James, you be careful too.
Yeah, it turns out he was just vomiting to lose weight. He wasn't actually sick or anything. Can't believe he said I had to dress like me. Unbelievable. As if I would wear like shorts and like high socks. That's such a terrible look. What kind of food do you eat when you're having a flu? I have, it's either chicken noodle soup or a pizza. That word. Zvukopolrazanie? God damn, that is a mouthful. Holy shit. I guess it makes sense since the English word for automatopoeia is ridiculous as well. You didn't mean it? I know you didn't mean it. It's okay. It's okay. Lizlop? Hello? Hello? Do you have the flu? You should try to take care of yourself. A whole plate of spaghetti. Well, you came in at the least appetizing cutscene of the entire game. Do you put Parmesan on your spaghetti? So, when we say spaghetti, we're talking like spaghetti and like tomato meat sauce, I assume. We're not just talking like just the noodles. If I have it, yeah, I'll put it on. I prefer like basil. Like a fresh basil. Ah, tourist brochure. No thank you. I don't know. I'm not a huge. I like stinky cheese, but I don't like stinky cheese that much. Now it's unlocked. What? Potato and beef with terrible cheddar American slices. I mean, that's like a struggle meal. I think your spaghetti may have given you the flu. You know, I think my guilty pleasure struggle meal is probably like I guess it's not struggle because I do enjoy it. Like if I had the money, I would still eat it. I can eat like an entire jar of olives. Like I just really like olives. So some nights it's just like green or black, green. Green. Black olives only belong on pizza. I always thought that it was really funny that olives are called aceituna in Spanish. And then I feel really stupid because I'm like, for the longest time I thought that was tuna. And then no, tuna is atún. And I was like, oh, it makes more sense now. Tunas are fruit. Yes. Cactus pears. Am I gonna stick my hand in this toilet? Yes. Completely normal person thing to do. They made another sound for it. Oh shit, hold on. I gotta write this down. Ah. The last time you watched anyone play this terrifying game, they ended here? Well, I think I could beat this entire game tonight. If things go well. Actually, it's midnight already. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think I'll definitely beat Pyramid Head. But I'm not gonna. That's probably where I'll end. 16. I played this last week. 16, 9, or 16. The speedrunner that failed us, yeah, I'm pretty washed up. TBH. I didn't realize that Deus Ex was going to be that much talking. Otherwise, I'd still be playing that. Like, I like developer commentary, but damn, that was a lot of commentary. Why is my flashlight off? There we go. It's a little better. Like, I can do certain games quick. I know I did Bloodborne in 4.5 hours. All bosses. Oh, I completely forgot which direction to go. Whatever, we'll put it in both directions. It'll be fine. Cheese snacks. You need something that gets you thirsty. You need some lime. Go eat a lemon. Lemons are that's a good way to do it. Let's see. 9, 4. Oh, I got it right. Okay, cool. No beer, so wine it is. Is that the wine from the place? Are you... You didn't realize you don't own a corkscrew, so you had to shove the cork into the bottle. Oh my god, girl. Which means you have to drink all of it. Holy shit. What is going on in Hempyville? I wonder if I've watched one of your streams before. Feel familiar since I watched someone with a captain themed outfit and they played horror games. You might have been watching... Actually, I guess are there other Captain VTubers? Hempy Hill, Comic Sans. I might try to make that. Hold on, let me write that down. Good idea. I'm not sure, because I've always done this PNG model. And I only started streaming in February. So maybe Merlin Bishop? Whoa, there goes my camera. Merlin Bishop? He's a he's like a bird. But he does like flying games. I've never played Japan Stigmatized Property? No. No, I've never played that. That doesn't seem like my type of game. Maybe Omo? Omo is a seal, and he wears a captain hat. I think. Yeah, he does. He does. I saw his low poly model, his new low poly model, and I loved it so much. And then I was like, wait a second. But you know, then again, I can't be like mad about it because I'm like, I have a pretty generic looking thing. Omoside, formerly Omochi. Really? Did he change his name? A while back. Interesting. When do you sleep? 2 a.m. is kind of late. If Hempy is just pulling out a bottle of wine right now, oh, she ain't gonna go to bed for another 5 to 9 a.m. Holy shit. Oh, here's our girlfriend. Our completely stable, completely normal girlfriend.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, I'm James.
Angela.
Angela, okay. I don't know what you're planning, but there's always another way.
Really? But you're the same as me. It's easier just to run. Besides, it's what we deserve.
No, not like you.
Are you afraid? I'm sorry.
It's okay. Did you find your mother?
Not yet. She's not anywhere.
Does she live in this apartment building?
I don't know.
So, all you know is she lived in this town.
What did you say? How do you know that?
Well, I just figured, because this is where you're looking for, how else would I know?
Yeah.
Am I right?
I'm so tired.
So, why did you come to this town anyway?
I'm sorry. Did you find the person you're looking for?
Not yet.
I like her shoes.
Her name's Mary. She's my wife.
I'm sorry. I don't...
It's okay. Anyway, she's dead. I don't know why I think she's here.
She's dead?
Well, don't worry. I'm not crazy. At least I don't think so.
I've got to find my mama.
Should I go with you? This town's dangerous. Now I know what you meant back there in the cemetery.
I'll be okay by myself. slow you down.
What about that?
Will you hold it for me?
Sure.
Will you hold it for me? Give me a hand. I broke both of my arms.
I'm not sure what I might do. I'm sorry. I've been bad. Please, don't.
Ah, the music is still playing. Everyone has autism in this game? No, I mean, these are the revised voice lines. So, I think it's more normal than the base game. There's something here. Ah, there it is. MP, do you work? That's like crazy hours. Unless you're working like second shift or something. You sleep 4 to 6 hours on a working week? I usually sleep like 5 hours if I work. Go to bed at like 10, wake up at 4. You do work. Shifts are only 5 to 7 hours. Ah, right. Yeah. Okay, no, you do work food service. Right. I completely spaced out. My shifts are all 10 hours long. They are 10 hours long, and I work 4 days a week. That 4 days a week is like the upside, because then I get to have 3 days off. But then I get like today where I get split days off, and it kind of pisses me off. My what's the word here? I used to sleep more, but since quitting smoking, the insomnia has been insane. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. You sleep like 10 hours a night? Well, it must be nice to be you. Studying university. Next year you'll be able to work. I feel like if you're in school, things get really crazy. What difficulty are my puzzles on? I have no idea. I think they're on normal. What is the first word of this? There's something written on the desk. 3 bright coins. Ooh, is that the normal one? I think that's the normal one. You can't sleep because of the flu? Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. Actually, this last weekend I was really tired. Really tired. Prisoner. Right there. And then tomorrow I start my shift at 2 p.m. So I'm going to be like wait, I'm trying to like stay up a little bit today, but not like that much. And then I got to go work at 2, and then I get off at midnight. And then I can't go to bed like as soon as I get home. Like I'm going to stay up a little bit. I might get some Wendy's. Should I get some Wendy's? I should get some Indian food when I get off work tomorrow. Ooh, that'd be really good. Okay, got the key. Ugh. Key goes to room 209. Ah, Jesus. For some reason, the bugs sound like that in this version. On my right. Yeah, but I did hang out with my dad today, and it was pretty good. We didn't. I wanted to get Vietnamese, but we ended up just eating at the house. And I did laundry there. That was cool, I guess. Laundry, wow. You know, I love chores. And then I got him a computer. I got him a Lenovo. Just a cheap computer, just so he can use it to pay bills. Do you hear that? Do you fucking hear that? That was disturbing. I did not like that at all. I want to take my headphones off. But yeah, I got his computer set up. All you heard was footsteps. There was someone whispering in my ear. Like there was someone like actually whispering in my ear. And when I turned James, it switched the ear it was talking in. I did not like that at all. MP, you should play Silent Hill 2. You should play this game with headphones on. You're gonna love it. Is this the right door? Do you hate me or something? MP, you know I'm cheering you on. I'm cheering. It wouldn't scare you like that observation duty you did. You're going to university, so you're looking for some time. Well, Realfie, I'm gonna beat this next boss and then save, and then I'm done for the night. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a good day at university. I'm for Pyramid Head. Oh. Wow, he's already dead. Never mind. Yeah, peak gameplay. That took me 8 bullets. That took me 8 bullets. Are you kidding me? Well, bye, I guess. Yeah, he just kind of. Yeah, all right. Let's save and then we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah. I know this is on the easiest mode, but that is ridiculous. That is what room am I? Oh my god, where am I going? Where is the save point? Oh, I completely missed it. Snakooty. Save. All right. So we are maybe a third of the way through the game. Didn't take us very long. Let me go back to the menu. There you go. That was fun. Mystic, good morning. Oh, Mystic. We're just ending. We're just ending. We were playing the Silent Hill HD collection. I'm sorry, Mystic. Oh. Oh my god. But I'm tired. I got the droopy eyes feeling. Tomorrow, maybe something short in the morning. But I actually don't know what I'll do tomorrow. Maybe some murmasa, probably some murmasa in the morning. But I think that's gonna be it for me tonight. Thanks for being here, Mystic. Sorry. Thank you for showing up though. I'm gonna be. Oh, Andy. Hello, Andy. I'm gonna be sleeping soon. I'm tired. I'm actually like. I'm not dozing off, but I'm like, man, if I was like on my couch, I'd be dozing off. Let me switch screen here. Actually, no, that's not. That's not. Nope, wrong button. Arctic Wave. Goodbye. Goodbye. See ya.